Imagine if there was a simple ancient practice, one you could do at home, that could clear the way for all the things you've been seeking in life. Picture this: a small bowl of salt water, your name written on a piece of paper, and the doors of opportunity slowly creaking open for you. It sounds like magic, doesn't it? But this isn't some far-fetched fantasy. It's a time-honored ritual rooted in spiritual wisdom, one that has been passed down through generations. By placing your name in salt water, you're inviting the universe to wash away negativity, limiting beliefs, and the obstacles standing in your way. This practice has been known to attract blessings, prosperity, and even the peace of mind you've been yearning for. Intrigued? Good. Stick with me, because today we're going to dive into how this simple ritual works, and more importantly, how you can start using it to unlock the life you've always wanted. Let's explore the transformative power of putting your name in salt water. First, let's talk about your name. Now, many people think their name is just a label, something they were given at birth, used for identification purposes. But in spiritual traditions, including Buddhism, your name holds much more weight. It carries the energy and essence of who you are. Think of it like a magnet. When your name is clear and energetically aligned, it can attract all the positivity you need, whether that's love, financial success, or a deeper sense of purpose. But when it's clouded by negativity, doubt, or even the expectations of others, it can block the flow of blessings into your life. Your name is deeply personal. It's a reflection of your identity, and when used in spiritual practices like this saltwater ritual, it becomes a powerful tool for transformation. By purifying your name, you're essentially wiping away all the old energies that no longer serve you, creating space for new opportunities to come flooding in. So, what's blocking your name? Are you ready to clear it? Now, why salt water? You might be wondering what makes this combination so powerful. Let's take a closer look. In Buddhism and many other spiritual traditions, water is seen as a symbol of clarity, purity, and adaptability. It teaches us that, just like water, we should learn to flow with life's changes, not resist them. Water represents the ability to cleanse not just our physical selves, but also our energetic fields, washing away the doubts and fears that hold us back. Salt, on the other hand, is widely known for its purifying qualities. For centuries, people have used salt to cleanse spaces, protect against negative energies, and even heal the body. It neutralizes the bad and amplifies the good. So, when you combine salt and water, you're creating a potent mixture capable of deep spiritual and energetic cleansing. By placing your name in this solution, you're symbolically allowing the universe to clear away everything that's preventing you from achieving what you desire. Imagine the salt water as a magnet for positivity, attracting all the things you've been seeking while pushing away the things that no longer serve you. It's a simple practice, but trust me, its effects are anything but small. Now, let's get into how you can actually do this. Don't worry, it's not complicated at all. In fact, that's one of the beauties of this practice. It's simple and accessible for everyone. First, find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. It could be anywhere in your home, as long as it's peaceful and feels right to you. You're going to need a bowl or container. Now, this can be glass, ceramic, or anything that feels special to you. Fill it with clean water. It could be distilled or purified water if you have it, but regular tap water works just fine. As you pour the water, take a moment to think about the clarity and calm you want to bring into your life. Next, grab some salt. Sea salt or Himalayan salt is often used for its purifying qualities, but again, whatever you have on hand will do the job. As you sprinkle the salt into the water, visualize it dissolving all the negative energy you've been carrying around. Fear, doubt, rejection, anything that's been blocking your path. Now comes the important part. Take a piece of paper and write your full name on it. Not a nickname, not an abbreviation, your full given name. As you write, focus on the energy you want to invite into your life. You could even write down a specific intention, like, I attract peace and prosperity, or I am ready to receive love and abundance. Whatever resonates with you, go with that. Once your name is written down, gently fold the paper and place it in the salt water. As you do this, close your eyes for a moment and imagine the water surrounding your name, cleansing it, purifying it, and washing away any blockages that have been holding you back. You can even say a little prayer or affirmation, something like, I release all negativity from my name, and I am open to the blessings of the universe. Leave the paper in the water for at least 24 hours. During this time, you might want to meditate on your intentions, or simply go about your day, knowing that the energy is shifting in your favor. Now that we understand the significance of salt water, let's talk about how to handle it once your ritual is complete. This isn't just about getting rid of the water. It's about honoring its energy and ensuring that you're continuing the spiritual work you began in the ritual itself. Think of it as the final step in a sacred process. Each method you choose reflects your intentions, your connection to nature, and your personal growth. One of the most harmonious ways to return the salt water to nature is by finding a natural body of water, a river, lake, or ocean, and pouring it gently into its depths. When you do this, visualize the energy of the water blending with the Earth's natural cycles. This act mirrors the cycle of life itself, the flow of energy, the endless give and take between humanity and nature. You're not just discarding the water, you're giving it back, reinforcing the energy of the ritual by contributing to the vast, interconnected web of life. This method is a powerful reminder of our place within the natural world and how our actions ripple outward. If you don't have access to a body of water, another meaningful option is to pour the salt water down the drain. But wait, don't do it mindlessly. This isn't about throwing something away. It's about releasing what no longer serves you. As you pour the water down the drain, visualize it carrying away any remaining negative energy, clearing the path for fresh, positive energy to enter your life. The drain becomes a symbol of purification, washing away what's stagnant or harmful, and making space for personal growth and renewal. This simple act, done with intention, can be incredibly liberating. Another deeply grounding way to dispose of the salt water is to return it to the earth by burying it. Find a quiet spot in your garden or somewhere in nature and pour the salt water into the soil. As it seeps into the ground, imagine it nourishing the earth, just as your ritual has nourished your spirit. The earth absorbs your intentions, allowing them to grow and transform, much like planting seeds. This method of returning the salt water mirrors the grounding process we often seek in our spiritual practices, firmly rooting our intentions in the physical world. Sometimes the most profound act is to simply let the salt water evaporate into the air. Place the water in a shallow dish and leave it in a sacred space in your home. Over time, as the water evaporates, imagine the energy and intentions from your ritual being released into the universe, spreading out and integrating with the flow of cosmic energy. The act of evaporation represents surrender, letting go of control and trusting that the universe will carry your intentions forward. It's a quiet yet deeply meaningful way to close your ritual, allowing the energy to transform and move on. For those who feel a strong connection to plant life, offering the salt water to your plants is another beautiful way to return this sacred element to nature. Just be sure to dilute the salt water first, as too much salt can harm the plants. By offering it to the earth in this way, you're honoring the cycles of life and renewal. Your plants, in turn, take in the water and transform it into growth, just as you are transforming through your spiritual practice. It's a wonderful reminder that our spiritual energy is never wasted. It's always being recycled and repurposed in ways we may not even see. You can also reuse the salt water within your home for cleansing. Wipe down surfaces or wash the floors of your home, allowing the water to continue its work of clearing away negative energy and creating a space filled with peace and harmony. As you clean, visualize the space becoming lighter, more open, and more welcoming to positive energy. This not only benefits your physical environment, but also your spiritual well-being, as a cleansed space often leads to a clearer, more focused mind. Another deeply personal method is to add the salt water to your bath. Imagine stepping into a warm bath that not only cleanses your body, but also refreshes your spirit. As you soak, picture the water absorbing any remaining stress, negativity, or emotional blockages, leaving you feeling lighter, more centered, and more connected to your inner self. A saltwater bath is a perfect way to physically and spiritually refresh yourself, reinforcing the work you've done in your ritual. For those who work with fire in their spiritual practice, offering salt water to the flames can be a powerful act of transformation. As the water evaporates in the fire, it symbolizes the release of any lingering negative energy and the transformation of obstacles into opportunities for growth. Fire is an element of change, and by combining it with the purifying properties of salt water, you create a ritual that embodies both cleansing and renewal. You can also use the salt water to cleanse any ritual tools you've used. Whether it's crystals, sacred objects, or even your altar, salt water infused with your ritual's energy can renew and protect these items, ensuring they stay aligned with your intentions. By doing this, you're extending the life of your ritual, making sure its energy continues to support your spiritual practice. Lastly, consider sharing the salt water with others. Whether it's through a communal ritual or by offering a small amount to friends or family, sharing the energy you've cultivated spreads its benefits even further. This act fosters a sense of connection, compassion, and unity within your community, reflecting the abundance of the spiritual work you've done. Each of these methods isn't just about getting rid of the salt water, it's about honoring the energy that remains within it. The way you dispose of the water symbolizes your ongoing relationship with the spiritual and material worlds. Whether you return it to nature, pour it down the drain, or offer it to fire, you're engaging in a final, sacred act that reinforces the growth and healing you've experienced through your ritual. The salt water becomes a bridge, connecting the work you've done in the ritual to the broader flow of energy in the universe. This isn't just about closure, it's about continuation. It's about allowing the energy you've cultivated to live on and expand even after the ritual has ended. Now, let's talk about why this practice works not just spiritually, but psychologically. You see, this ritual isn't just about the salt and water. It's about engaging your subconscious mind, where your deepest beliefs and fears live. By performing this ritual, you're sending a powerful message to your mind and the universe that you are ready for change. You're saying, I am willing to let go of what's no longer serving me, and I am open to receiving all the good things life has to offer. Buddhism teaches us that we are co-creators of our reality. By changing our thoughts, intentions, and energy, we can change our lives. This saltwater ritual is a tangible way to align your inner self with the outer world. It helps you shift your mindset, so you start noticing new opportunities, new relationships, and even new ways of thinking. It's like a key that unlocks the door to a higher version of yourself. So, How do you know if it's working? Well, the signs might be subtle at first. You may notice a sense of calm or clarity that you didn't have before, or maybe small unexpected blessings start coming your way. An email about a new job opportunity, a reconnection with an old friend, or even a new idea that sparks excitement. These are all signs that the energy is shifting in your favor. In some cases, challenges might come up, but don't see these as setbacks. Instead, think of them as the universe clearing the path for something even better. Sometimes, obstacles need to be removed before true blessings can arrive. The important thing is to stay open, stay patient, and trust that everything is aligning just as it should. Now that you've learned how to put your name in saltwater and invite the blessings you desire, what's stopping you from trying it? This simple yet profound practice could be just what you need to open the doors of opportunity in your life. Remember, it's not about instant results, but about aligning your energy with the universe in a powerful way. But here's a thought. If this ritual speaks to you, there's another practice that can deepen your connection with the universe even further. It's all about using mindfulness and breathwork to amplify the effects of this ritual. Curious? Click on my next video and discover how aligning your breath and mind can unlock even greater possibilities.